Well, hey guys, welcome back to Waters Family Homestead. All right, I have not gotten the grass cut yet. We've had a lot of rain the last few days. I checked the rain gauge this morning before I left for work, and we had 3 3/4 inches. Now, some of y'all have gotten a lot more than that, but I had a total of a ½ inch for the last 2 weeks before that. So, 3 3/4 inches pretty much all at one time, 2 solid days of rain. Yeah, that makes a difference. So I thought I'd come out here and just check on the raised bed garden. Look how much the zucchini and squash have just exploded. I mean, those 2 plants right there are 4 foot across, if measured from end to end. Carrots seem to be doing okay, just those few. I may have to plant more. I moved those tomato plants. They're starting to perk up a little bit. I do have some stuff planted in here, and they were just full of water this morning when I walked down here, so I dumped the excess water out, but I'm hoping the seeds will still sprout as it dries out a little bit. We'll see. That's why they're under the edge of the table. Try to stop some of the rain from going directly into them. Watermelon's starting to sprout. Potato plants are doing really well. I've got little buds on this one, and there was another, but the tomato plants are just huge. You see there's 4 stems, maybe 5 in there. I think 4. They're just taking off, and I thinned these out. I just planted too many in there, I guess. Rose bush is done, but it will bud back out and bloom more roses. At least it normally does. We'll see. But only 5 tomato plants, nope, 6. 6 tomato plants came up in this little raised bed, and those 6 seem to be doing okay. So onions, nothing ever happened. I transplanted these tomato plants out of those grow bags back there behind us, and they seem to be doing okay. And then 2 more actually a potato and 2 tomatoes there. Now this are those seeds I had in the house. I know 2 of them are apple trees. I'm not sure about the 3rd one, but you see this potato plant is budding out. So they're doing really, really well. The corn took a little bit of a beating from the wind and rain. It's leaning different ways, but it's doing really well. I mean, it's almost 3 feet tall on some of it, and it's doing good. The green beans, Kentucky blue green beans, I don't know anything about these plants, so I see that one's got a vine poking up out of it. Let me get in a little closer if y'all can see that. I may need to trellis these or put a tomato cage or something on them to give them something to climb on. That middle one's got one starting to come up. This little one here's got one coming up. So I may need to go get some of my tomato cages. I've got 100 almost, and just stick over these plants and give them something to climb on. And I'm pretty sure that's cabbage. And that's cabbage. That's finally starting to get a little bit bigger. This one's doing really well. So I don't know, I'm pleased with it. I'll get out here with the weed eater and weed eat what little bit of grass I've got between my grow bags and such. You see I separated my bags a little bit. They were getting so thick and so big. I wanted to give them some room. But the garden's doing really, really well. So let's go check on the chickens. All right. The grass is actually starting to get ahead of them a little bit in clumps. Of course, it's not that they eat all the grass. It's that their waste, their poo and pee, comes out as one. It's so strong in nitrogen. The nitrogen basically is what ends up killing the grass. But they eat it, and then the nitrogen just kind of keeps it from coming back because it's so strong. But they are doing really well. I did do some tending to the electric fence an hour or so ago. I need to break that one back and that one back. so it's not hitting my fence. That got it. I don't want to hit that fence, I know that. I'm still not going to get any peaches. I mean, you can see a little clear sap or whatever coming out of them. The bugs have already gotten into them. There's a bunch of them on that bush, but I don't think I'm going to get any. But I did do a little bit of maintenance on my fence. It was a little bit loose and a little bit too close to the chicken wire and goat fencing. So I raised it up on that back corner and got it off my scuppling vine back here. I raised it up about 4 inches. The scuppling vine wasn't touching it, but it was getting really close and it's starting to bush out so much. I just raised the wire about 3 or 4 inches to give it room to run. And then I weaved a lot of the vines back down into the fence, trying to get it to run down this fence, which so far is doing pretty good. But I did raise it on that back side a little bit there. And then I ended up raising it on this corner post back here as well. So I still need to throw that tree out of there, or trees, but hadn't got to that point. But anyway, the chickens are doing really well. I've got that black sex link that is still trying to set over there. And here's my problem with her. Every day I've been collecting the eggs, not because I don't want her to sit on them, because she'll sit on one side one day and the other side the next. She won't make her mind up which side she wants to sit on. She's staying there all night and all day. She didn't even come up when I threw scratch out for them earlier. But if she's not going to stay on the same eggs, it's not going to work. She can't incubate both sides. So the other hens get in there and lay eggs on the other side, and I guess on her side when she gets food, and then she gets up and gets on the other side of, you know, the wrong eggs. So I don't know what to do. Either try to move her, because she's been trying to set for 3 or 4 days. Either move her and move all these other hens out, or move all the chickens out from over there into here. And I don't want more hens in here with Junior and those turkeys. And so I may run the turkey back over to the last pen and put all the hens in here with Junior and just make him deal with it. It'll be all right. And that way she'll be in there by herself. She can get up and eat. And the turkeys aren't going to get in there and get on her eggs. The hen may lay an egg in there, but she's not going to. She put herself back in the first pen anyway. Y'all, I never thought it, but chickens aren't the brightest animals in the box, you know, brightest crayons in the box. But turkeys make chickens look like they smart, okay? Turkeys make Forrest Gump look smart. They some dumb individuals. She will act and call for him and fly over the fence on her own. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. But we had a ton of rain, so all the pens the floors are wet, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I may just run that tom turkey back over there, open the gate and run all the hens back over here, except for, well, maybe even run the white rooster over here and put Junior over yonder with that one hen that's setting. I need to give her a place to where she can actually incubate the eggs. I don't want to take a chance of moving her and her stopping setting. Although I've taken the eggs from her several times and she's still doing it. So y'all know me, I'm gonna do something. I'll make my mind up here in a little bit. But either way, that's all for this video. I've actually got another video I want to do that I'm going to do here in a little while, and talk about some prepping stuff besides raising your own food, which is prepping. I may take Sue out of the last pen and put him in the first pen with that hen that's setting, and move all the other chickens down. And that way I can put the white rooster down there and keep Junior and a few hens in the middle. Most of them will go down to the very end. I got to do something, but I just don't, you know, I'm going to have to lock Junior in the pen in order to be able to get the white rooster to go all the way through. And of course the chickens are all going to want to mix when I do that. So I don't know. I think I'm going to go in there and close the door on her. And then I'm going to run Junior in the middle pen and close the door on him, and open the gates and run them all through into the last pen. And then I'll just pick Sue up and bring him back to the first pen. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Let me do that, or at least try to do that, and then I'll come back. All right, well, that was a little more than I expected. Getting him out of the last pen was easy. I just picked Sue up because the white one was trying to fight him. He was trying to fight back, but he didn't have much of a chance with that big white rooster. So I just went ahead and picked him up and put him in there with the hen that's setting, and then ran the turkeys over there, and all the hens I ran out, and that rooster over here, and then into the last pen. I had Junior locked up in the middle pen. Well, I'd like the Easter eggers to stay in here with Junior, but they just mix in with the flock when I go in there try to run them this way, and end up with a bunch of Rhode Island Reds and the black sex links in here, and I don't want them in here. So I'll have to go in at night when they go to roost and pick up the Easter eggers and move them physically into the middle pen, so they'll all be in here with Junior. You see he's got one hen in here with him now, one of the Easter eggers that I managed to keep in. And Sue has the hen that's setting, the black sex link, and this barnyard mix of mine. And then the two turkeys. So the only reason I moved the turkeys back to the first pen is, one, the hens are still picking on his butt. And that's coming in another video. I put up more security cameras, so I've seen him do it on camera today, and it just irritates the crap out of me. The hens picking on him. So that'll give him time to heal. He doesn't have the high roost to fall down from anymore. So hopefully he will stay fairly healthy. And I'll get all them Easter eggers, the other 4, and put in here with Junior tonight. Or at least I'll try to. And maybe even the other barnyard mix, the 2 that I've got, or maybe 3, I can't remember, 2, I think. Maybe 3 of them, I can't remember, in there, and put them in here with Junior, because none of those chickens pick on any other chickens or roosters. So I see I've got a lot of eggs today. I have not even bothered to go in the last pen to count them, but this pen here, the middle section, has got at least 7 in it. And then this one here, she's got 5 in the left pen, and no telling how many she's sitting on. Probably 6 to 10, something like that. I don't know, might be 4, I don't know. But either way, I've got done what I can do, because like I said, these Easter eggers mix in with the flock, and when I try to run them this way, it ends up being a bunch of Rhode Island Reds and black sex links. And I know that's more hens than that white rooster can handle, but he is the biggest, he is the baddest, and he's the youngest. So hopefully he'll protect them pretty well. You see the, that was actually an East, no, that's the black sex link and a Rhode Island Red fighting. Hush, Junior. Hush. Goodness gracious, there's no threat around other than me. But let's see, there's 2 there's 3 more barnyard mix. Those 3 that I had hatched in the house. So I'll probably grab those and the other 4 Easter eggers and put them in this pen with Sue tonight after they go to roost, and it's good and dark, not when they first go to roost. They will jump down. That'll give him 8 hens in here with him. And that's plenty for an older guy. He's the oldest chicken or rooster I've got. So that's plenty for him. And then I'll leave that real tame, docile barnyard mix in there with Sue and the 1 black sex link. And that way I know I can keep those eggs separate, and maybe she'll stay on the same nest. So that's the idea anyway. But that's going to be a lot of hens for this 1 rooster, but not a whole lot else I can do about it. I want Junior to finish healing, and I want to let that hen set. So if I had have built that corner pen that I was talking about, I could put a hen in there or a rooster in there, you know, something, but I'm not going through all that. I've got 3 pens. That's more than most people, and that's plenty. So I've got a hole in the chicken wire right there on this side of the white hen. I just kind of stretched it back together. I need to get that scrap piece of wire. There's actually another piece in there, and take my stapler and staple it over that hole. But see, she will call for the tom turkey all day, and he's right there with her. But Junior just don't know what to do. He's in there, other than the turkeys, peace and quiet. He's got a lady friend or 2. Only one that he's going to be able to breed with. But either way, I'll let y'all know how it comes out in another video. Guys, I appreciate y'all watching my videos and subscribing to the channel, following on Rumble. And if you haven't, hens is determining who's the boss. If you have not checked out Liberty Club, check out libertyclub.net. See, there's a lot of eggs in those nesting boxes. And I've been cleaning it empty every day, so. But if you have not checked out, and I got 1 hen that likes to lay over here, no dummy, but check out libertyclub.net. It's an absolutely free speech platform. It is brand new. They are still making changes and adding things, and I'm trying to upload as much as I can there. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But either way, that's a completely free speech platform. And guys, we need to get off the censorship channels. And YouTube censors the crap out of conservatives on their platform. They are an extreme left liberal platform. We all know it. There's not a whole lot we can do about it. So guess what? One thing you can do that don't cost you anything is start using more free speech platforms like Liberty Club. And you may just find something else that you like a lot more. libertyclub.net. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Same name for me over there that there is here on YouTube and Rumble. And I appreciate it. Y'all remember what I've always told you. Jesus Christ loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe. Be prepared.